For this practice, we're going to use the Arduino card, the breadboard. We require an LDR and also a resistor. Here is a 1K resistor. That means it's brown, black, red. And we're gonna need a couple wires to connect everything. So the way to plug it, I'm going to start by connecting GND and 5 volts. I'm following the scheme of the breadboard, so I'm going to connect GND to the minus and the 5 volts to the plus sign. Then I'm going to connect the LDR. Since this thing doesn't have any polarity, I can plug the LDR whatever I want, and then I make the connection here. Now I'm going to connect the resistor on one of the leads of the LDR onto somewhere else. I need to connect the positive, I need to connect the negative, and finally I need to connect the signal. So the negative will go to the lead that is alone of the resistor, here to the negative. The positive will go to the lead of the LDR that is alone, and it goes to the positive. And finally, the signal that will receive the Arduino is going to the leads that are here shared, and it goes to A0. This is the scheme to take readings on the environment of the light.
For any sensor, in this case, we have a few lines. At the beginning, we have to declare that it is a constant. That means it will be always plugged there. That means that my sensor will be always connected to A0, as we saw when we created the circuit. And then I have to create an integer, a variable called reading, where I'm going to store the value of the light. Remember that light can be between 0 and 780 or something like that. Then on void setup, I have to declare that my LDR is a sensor by assigning the pin mode input, because the LDR will receive information from the environment. Then I declare the serial begin, because I will show all the information in the serial monitor of Arduino. And finally, what is going to be repeated will be that I will store in the variable reading, I will store the analog read. It is analog because it can be a value between 1 and 800 or something like that, so it has more than 2 options. It's not digital, it's analog. So it will be an analog read of LDR, that means of the pin A0 of the sensor. Once I read that, I will be able to print that information. So I will use serial print line, and I will print the value of the light in the serial monitor, and then I wait for 1.5 seconds, 1.5 seconds, and that will be repeated over and over and over again.
Okay, and here we have the code. I already clicked on upload, so it is on the Arduino now. I'm going to open the serial monitor and it will show me some information. So according to this, the light on the environment is 483. If I cover the sensor here, meaning there is no light touching the sensor, it says that it's 195, 96, 98. And if I take a look when using a flashlight on the sensor, it says that now it's 747, 752, 51, and regular light on the environment is 480 or something like that. So depending on the environment that you're using the sensor, you can take different readings and you can understand what is the amount of light in the environment.